my friends, Stephanie here, and I'm back with more movie chatter. And it's October, so you know what that means. It's horror month. Now, I know not everyone is a fan of horror, so it's not going to be horror every day, but I am going to mix in more horror content than usual. And yes, there is going to be content this month. Fingers crossed. Anyway, I'm going to start out today with a horror haul, and I tried to mix it up. I have a little bit of everything, something for everyone, hopefully. And the first thing I want to talk about is a convention I went to. I went to Monster Mania 50, finally able to get back to conventions, which was a lot of fun. I've missed it, and it's been about 3 years since I've been to a convention, and my goal for this one was to meet Kane Hodder. He's someone I've wanted to meet for a very long time, and I did get to meet him, and he was very, very kind, very friendly, very fan-friendly. He took time with everyone, so it was really awesome to meet him. First thing I got from him was one of his signed pictures, which I bought a frame for, and it's going to be in the background there very soon. I also got a new hockey mask, a black one, that he signed to me, so I'm happy to add that. He signed my little Jason Pop. Hopefully that focuses. And I have a box that I keep him on my new horror shelf, which you will see this month because I'm going to show you my new horror setup. And then he signed his documentary movie, To Hell and Back. He signed that right there. And I'm going to also insert a picture here of that I had taken with him. This is a really great documentary. If you've never heard me talk about it before, whether you're a horror fan or not, if you're just a film fan, he is best known, besides playing Jason and playing in the Hatchet movies and things like that, he's a stunt man. And he started his career in movies in doing stunts, and he suffered a terrible, terrible, almost life-ending burn injury early on in his career. And he talks about what he went through with that and how it affected his life and different things that happened in his life. He's very candid, very open, very vulnerable, and very human in this documentary. And he is a very, very kind and humble man. So it was an honor to meet him. It was an honor to get him to sign his documentary and talk to him and get to ask questions and tell him what a fan I was. And yeah, I fangirled out, so I'm not embarrassed about it. But if you ever have the chance to meet him at a convention, definitely do so. If not, definitely pick up To Hell and Back, the Kane Hodder story. It's a good one. It's available on Dread Central. I'll link it down below. Now, on to the horror haul. And I'm going to start out with a couple things that were sent to me for review. The first one is from Paramount. It is coming out this Tuesday, the 4th of October. It will be available in the Steelbook and also a slipcover variant, and it is Scream 2. And it's the 4K of Scream 2, so you have Ghostface there on the front, and then on the back, hello Sydney, remember me. And then we do have some interior artwork. The typical Scream faces that we're used to seeing, and the discs are plain. I just took the discs out so that you could see the artwork. It does come with a 4K, a Blu-ray, and a digital transfer. So get on this if you want to pick it up, because I was actually surprised that I got the Steelbook. I thought I was getting the slipcover, and this showed up, so I was quite happy about that. So that's going to be available Tuesday. I haven't looked at the transfer yet, but I will, and I'll let you know what I think of it. The other one that Paramount has recently sent, and this one is available now. It's Spine number 35 in their Paramount Presents line, and it is a double feature, War of the Worlds and When Worlds Collide. And this one, it's a sci-fi, older sci-fi. It's from, when's it from? 1953 and 1951. And you have the typical gatefold poster art. And War of the Worlds is in 4K. So that's in 4K. And Where Worlds Collide is Blu-ray. You get they all come in the clear case. I'm a big fan of this line. And then you have the 4K disc and the Blu-ray disc. You have both movies there. So if you're into the sci-fi, maybe not so much the horror, but the sci-fi, and you're into older movies, maybe think about picking up this double feature. It is available on Amazon. I'll link it down below. And I want to thank Paramount for continuing to support me, support the channel, and allow me to review their movies. So thank you, Paramount. And what else? Oh, okay. Before you guys click away, calm down. I'm not going to get into this one today. Universal sent me a copy of Rob Zombie's The Munsters. Oof. The hate train on this one is real. It has pulled out of the station. What I'm going to say, short and sweet, I grew up watching the Munsters. I am a product of that era. Don't do the math because you'll be horrified. But I am a product of this era. I would have loved to seen the film in black and white. However, everybody is on Rob Zombie because he made the film in color. His intention was always to make it a black and white film. He was told that he was not able to do that. So that was not his decision. It was not his decision to make this a color film. He was not permitted to make it in black and white. I don't know why, but I read it in more than one article and I've seen it in more than one interview. So before you jump all over him, that was not his choice. That was not his vision. But I think he did what he could with what he was working with. Do I think it's a masterpiece? No, but I think it is a fun, light, campy, totally campy horror Halloween time movie, and it pays homage to the Munsters. And I know everybody that has been reviewing it pretty much across the board hates it. I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was horrible. I thought it was good. I thought it was exactly what I expected it to be, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be based on the trailers. Now, you're probably going to disagree with me, but let's just keep the video rolling. And what I will tell you is it's available on Netflix. If you have Netflix, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. If you want to check it out for 5 minutes, check it out. If you love it, check out the Blu-ray. It's available. It doesn't come with a digital code or anything. It's just a Blu-ray. But I didn't hate it. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys, but I didn't hate it. But then again, I am a diehard Rob Zombie fan, a diehard Munsters fan. Consider the source. So that's all I'm going to say on the Munsters. It's over. Now, some cool things that I picked up. This was a recommendation from my friend Cinema Dave, and I'm really excited to watch this one. I love documentaries, and especially about movies. And this one is called Room 237. It's a documentary about The Shining. And I have never seen this. I had never even heard of it. I don't know how it got by me, but Dave told me about it, and I'm going to check it out. I think it's also streaming on Prime, so if you have Prime, you can check that out. But I'm looking forward to sitting down and checking that one out. And I also picked up the Turbine edition of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre because this is a 4K transfer. And oh man, does this look amazing. It is such a beautiful transfer. I was blown away. Now, this is the original VHS art. That's the cover I picked. Now, the Steelbook, it came in a Steelbook. The Steelbook really doesn't do much for me. I mean, it's not horrible. It's just, I don't think it's any big deal. And then it comes with a booklet, but the booklet's all in German. So, I mean, there's a few pictures and things like that. But I really picked it up mostly because I wanted to see the transfer, and the transfer is phenomenal because it is rumored that Second Sight is going to be putting out a 4K release of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre sometime this year or early 2023. So I wanted to see what it would look like, and I was not disappointed. I don't know that this is available anywhere but maybe eBay, but again, everything is in German. The film is in English, but everything else is in German, so you're not going to be able to read the book or anything like that. I did just get that for the transfer. Wasn't disappointed. Next one, recently came out, The Lost Boys in 4K. Haven't watched it in 4K yet, but I'm looking forward to it. The other one I got, the 700th copy I have of Friday the 13th, and this one's in 4K. Again, another one. I saw people split down the middle. Some people loved the transfer, some people hated it. I thought it looked good, but then again, it's subjective. We're all watching it on our own equipment. We all have our own settings. Everybody's different, so take it with a grain of salt. I did not think this looked bad at all. I thought it looked really, really good. I was watching it on my OLED TV with my Panasonic UB820, as I always do when I'm looking. This was not a review copy. It was just something I picked up for myself. I thought it looked really, really good. Now, I've seen people take screenshots with their phone cameras and zoom in, and I get it. Some people are pickier than others. I say if it looks good to me, it's fine, but maybe you can get one of your friends to demo it before you buy it. It wasn't expensive. It was like $14. So I don't know. I just had to add it to the collection because why not go for 1,000 copies of Friday the 13th? This one just came in. It's the 25th anniversary, the 4K Blu-ray and digital of I Know What You Did Last Summer. Haven't had time to check it out yet, but it is out there. It's available now. Now this one, this is a fun one. It is the 4K and digital of the Addams Family. I love the purple. This is the back. I love the purple steelbook. And then the disc is plain. It's just a black disc. It says the Addams Family, and then we have a little bit of art inside. So this is available now if you want to get the Addams Family on 4K. I don't think I've seen any... I don't think I've checked out the Addams Family on 4K yet. Not that I can remember. So that is available now. Now, you're gonna hear me complain. I don't complain a lot, but this I complain about. I was very happy to see Fright Night get it's a 4K Blu-ray and digital steelbook. Look at that. Beautiful front. Really cool back. And then just the blue on the inside. Lazy, lazy, lazy. I don't like it when there's, I mean, you're paying for the artwork, so stick something in there. There's so many great scenes. Look at the scenes on just on the disc. They could have picked any of these to put in inside, but they chose to go with the blank inside, which just drives me nuts. But this is, I think this is available now. I got it from a third-party distributor, and it showed up, so I'm thinking that it's available soon, if it's not available now. Same thing with this one, Bram Stoker's Dracula. Pretty cool front. I mean, I don't think it's one that we haven't seen before. I think it's been on other things. And then the back. And then, what do we get? The digital code. Plain, plain, plain Jane on the inside. So, I don't know. Hopefully the transfer will be good. If anyone wants a digital copy, there you go. First come, first served. Don't say I never did anything for you. Alright. Next one is, this one, I know everybody was picking this one. It's a 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray of the new Child's Play. Not the new Child's Play, the original Child's Play, but the new steelbook. I thought it was pretty cool. It was hard to get one that wasn't damaged because this is like the third one I picked up because I kept returning them because they were damaged. And we have some, you know, some disc art inside. It's pretty nice. And then we do have some artwork inside. So there's that. It's a nice steelbook. Haven't seen the transfer, and I only got the first one. I didn't get all three because I'm not a huge Child's Play fan. I do like the original, and I actually do like the remake. I have the, 7-movie collection on Blu-ray, so that's fine for me. I just didn't want to spend any more than I already have been. So I'm going to rearrange my piles and be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have my piles settled, and we're going to wrap this one up. But first, I forgot one steelbook, and it is the 4K Blu-ray and digital of Poltergeist. And I did watch this one. I thought the transfer was pretty good. I like the movie. It's a classic. It actually comes with warnings about the sequences of flashing lights, so if you're sensitive to that, just be aware. Don't get triggered. And then we have some inside artwork. So this is a nice one. It's still, there's a slipcover variant too. I liked the steelbook better. And here is the digital code if anyone wants it. Along with the digital code for Fright Night. So there you go. Don't be a hog and take all three. Alright, so I'm going to get into some bigger sets that I picked up from Second Sight and places like that. And we'll blow through these. The first one is The Witch. This was originally an A24 film. It is a great, think of it as like a folk horror timepiece. Really, really good. The 4K looks amazing. This set is beautiful. It comes with, I'm not even going to take it apart. It's too much. I can do an unboxing if you want to, if you want me to. But it comes with the movie and some cards and additional information. But their sets are second to none. I'm pretty sure this one's sold out, but the standard edition will be coming out if you want to pick it up just to have the movie. It's well worth it. The next one, Dog Soldiers. And I love the artwork. This is a great werewolf movie. And I watched this. I thought it looked amazing. And I thought that it actually looked better than the Scream Factory one. You can debate me on that. You know, like I said, very subjective to decide which transfer looks better. But I enjoyed this one more. So that's just me. But Dog Soldiers is out there. Also available from Scream Factory. Session 9. I don't know if this one is still available in the box set, but this is a fantastic, like, think like more like a thriller movie. And the building that it's in, this is the case. It's an old building, and a crew is tasked with kind of remediating the building, and it used to be a psychiatric hospital, so it's kind of got like the haunts, the ghosts of the patients that were there, and they find these tapes and they start listening to them and they get freaked out. And it's a very claustrophobic movie. It's a really good movie, and the building itself is actually, think of it as a character, because it really is a character in the movie. And just really, really good stuff. I enjoy this one a lot. If you want something that's more like a ghost story, then say there's no like gore and things like that. If you want something that's more like a psychological thriller, Session 9 is a good one to pick up. If you don't want to splurge for this Second Sight box set, it is available on standard Blu-ray. So just, you know, look around on Amazon and you'll find it. But it's really well worth the pickup. And this is another one that I never thought ever in a million years I would watch. I picked up a standard Blu-ray and I watched it and I really liked it. This is not my typical thing. I don't like anything that involves people eating stuff. I can't. I gag. But this one was really good. It's called Raw. And I picked up a standard Blu-ray, and then I went back and got the Second Sight set because I wanted all the special features. But the gal here, she is a veterinary student. I forget what this... Is it in French? I think it's in French with English subtitles. Anyway, it is a subtitled film. She's a first-year veterinary student. She is a vegetarian. Her whole family's vegetarian. She's been raised vegetarian her whole life. And there is a dare, kind of like a hazing for the new students, and she is dared to eat, I think it's like a piece of raw chicken or something weird, like some kind of raw meat that she's dared to eat. And her sister's there as a second-year student. She said, just do it, because they're never going to leave you alone. And once she eats the one piece of raw meat, of course, she starts to crave meat. And you can just imagine where it goes from there. But not for the squeamish, not for the light of heart, or faint of heart. But the story was really good, and there is a twist at the end that I thought was really well done, really well played. And it didn't bother me as much as most do. And like I said, this is not my genre of choice or my subgenre of choice. I don't like it when people eat stuff, but this was such a good story that it kind of balanced it out for me. But make your own decision as far as that, because it is graphic. But I enjoyed it. I did. Another one that I thought was great, and I have the Vinegar Syndrome release. It is a beautiful release. If you can still, I don't know if it's still available. If you can get your hands on the Vinegar Syndrome one, definitely grab it. And it's called Censor. And I wanted this one for additional special features as well as like the book and the cards and everything extra comes with it, because I really, really enjoyed this movie. Our main gal is she's a censor of videos that were called the Video Nasties, where she would have to go through and decide which things, she would have to watch these like super violent, super over-the-top movies. It was in the UK. And she would watch them every day and decide what things were acceptable and what things needed to be cut out as far as to stay within the rating guidelines. And she's really very stoic in her role, very committed to her job, not affected by anything. And she's watching these images all day, every day. And then it starts to get to her, and I'm not going to go into it, but it is a really, really cool movie. It is so much better than I thought it was going to be. Definitely one that you can enjoy, and if you get a chance, like I said, look for the Vinegar Syndrome one. I think it's still available with the slipcover. If not, the standard version is probably like $22. Not sure. I think this is sold out on Second Sight, but it's a really, really good movie. It's a lot of fun. If that's your thing, if that's your idea of fun, which it is mine. I also picked up the Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell from Second Sight, because I love the old school monsters. And I grabbed The Mummy as well, because how can you not grab The Mummy? And then I don't know if this is more like a true crime, but it's Charlize Theron in Monsters, and that came with The Mummy and Frankenstein. It was just released by Second Sight, and I think this is one of Charlize Theron's best roles. And if you like true crime and you want to learn more about it and see a really great performance, check out Monster. Like I said, I don't know if it really qualifies as horror per se, but it's true crime, so there's that. And then I have two from Dario Argento. These are both from Synapse. Tenebrae, both on 4K, and one of my favorites from him, maybe my favorite, Phenomena. I think both of these are really, really good. So I have to check them out. I have to see what the transfers look like. And then I have some series, because now is a great time. If you have Shudder, I think it's like $5 a month. They have some great series, especially for around this time with the horror. And as you can see, I'm a fan of masks and collectibles and things like that. And I love the special features that go into the special effects that go into filmmaking and whatnot. And this is a series about it. I haven't watched the whole thing. It's 4 hours and 9 minutes and has like Tom Savini in it. And it's called Behind the Monsters: From Killer to Killer Icons. And it's one that you can watch, and you can just watch an episode at a time, and they go into like the practical effects and the mask making and how they made Freddy's glove and things like that. So it's pretty cool if you want to learn more about how they do what they do. And Eli Roth's, this is season 3. I'm still on season 1, but I want to get them as they come out. Eli Roth's History of Horror, season 3, where he talks about different horror films, and he has a whole bunch of different, it's so small, the writing is so small, I can't even read the guests, but he's got people like Rob Zombie, and it looks like Margaret Cho is in this one, and Kate Blanchett, so he's got a good mix of people in this one, but he's got a lot of stars that come out and talk about the different movies that they were in. And then this is series 2. I saw most of series 1. There's a series 1, series 2, and it is cursed films, and these are really interesting. It's different films where things may happen on the set or to the actors, or injuries that happen, just weird things that happen on movies, and they talk about each episode is a different movie and the myths and legends behind. And series 2 is pretty cool. It's The Wizard of Oz, which I thought it was crazy. I'm like, I would never think of that as a cursed film, but you never know. Rosemary's Baby, Stalker, Serpent in the Rainbow, and Cannibal Holocaust. So, and also, series 1 was good. It was like The Exorcist and The Crow, of course. I mean, we all know The Crow, but there's a bunch of films, and I'm excited to finish that one. I think I have one more on that, and then I'm going to jump into season 2. But these are really, really interesting. They're about 45 minutes an episode, so you can watch them. They're pretty quick. Then I just got the 4K and Blu-ray collector's edition of The Fog with our girl, Jamie Lee Curtis. And they do give us reversible artwork. I know there was something that came out recently where there wasn't, and people were disappointed, but there is a Blu-ray and a 4K disc in that. And then these just arrived. The Funhouse. It's a pretty good movie. I've seen it before. It's fun. And then, of course, I had to get this one, Army of Darkness. What a blast, right? These just showed up. I think yesterday these came. And then just some standard, these are some standard Blu-rays that I grabbed. Of course, Black Phone, one of my favorites of the year. People thought it was going to be too scary to watch. I know I have friends who are not fans of horror, but will watch horror during Halloween season. The mask is absolutely terrifying that Ethan Hawke wears. And if you don't know the story, the brief synopsis is this guy known as the Grabber. It takes place in the 70s. This guy known as the Grabber is going around grabbing kids, and they kind of disappear. And then he gets this one little guy, and he's in the basement, and things start to happen, and people are trying maybe to help him. They're trying to find him. They're trying to help him. And it's kind of a supernatural movie, and it's more supernatural than like horror gore type of thing. So if you're into the supernatural stuff and you like that, it's really interesting, and I thought it was a really, really good modern horror movie, and I've watched it probably 3 or 4 times already, and I really do enjoy it. One thing I can say is the first time I watched it, I didn't have the subtitles on, and I feel like I missed some clues. Try watching it with the subtitles on, and it's a whole different movie. So, high marks for the Black Phone from me. Let me see here. Hold on. Nope, no code in that one. I must have given it to someone. All right, I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to hook you up here. Now, this one is very interesting. It's a little off the grid here. It's a foreign language film. It is called Benedetta, and I'm gonna cover it up so we don't get in trouble. But it's got its moments where it's a little racy. Let's just say that it takes place in the 17th century. And there's a woman she's been living at the convent for her whole life, and then there's another gal who comes in, and they're probably in their late teens, early 20s, and they kind of get into an entanglement, as Jada Pinkett Smith would say, and it causes a ruckus in the convent with Mother Superior. But our main gal, Benedetta, is, if you've seen the movie Stigmata, you know what Stigmata is. They start to see like signs where they think that they can channel certain things, and she starts to experience some stigmata, and people believe this is a time during like the Black Plague, and the people in the community believe that she can protect them and protect the community from this plague that's coming and wiping out all the surrounding towns. So they side with her, and they want her to run the convent and put Mother Superior out, and it is a struggle for power. There is some racy moments, and there's some really intense horror moments in this one, but it's a really good one. It's a subtitled film. I think this one's also in French with English subtitles. I'm covering up Benedetta's business because I don't want to get in trouble, but if you're not easily offended, definitely check this one out. It was different, it was good, it was interesting. So Benedetta, it's out there. Now this one is a total blind buy. I picked it up. I heard Jeff on Films at Home talk about it, and he gave it high praise. And then Cauldron Films, which is put out by Diabolic DVD, they put out a physical copy of it, and I guess this is kind of another supernatural type of film. It's called Eder. And I grabbed this. I think this is a rather short runtime, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's only 85 minutes. So if you can still grab a copy of it, I'll let you know what I think when I watch it, because it's high on my watch list. But Eder, like I said, Jeff Films at Home, thank you for the recommendation. And then, of course, I know a lot of people have already talked about this one, but it is an A24 horror film called X. And the prequel called Pearl is now out in theaters. But I really enjoyed this one. You have a group, again, it takes place in the 70s on an old, rickety old farm. They go and they talk to a couple that owns the main house. It's an elderly couple. And they want to use one of the buildings that's on the property because they want to shoot an adult film. And things, of course, go awry. But I thought this was really good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was interesting. I thought it definitely had the tone of the 70s. It had that gritty, nasty feel that you would expect from the subject matter and from the time frame. It definitely felt like a 70s film. So really, really good, really cool. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing Pearl when it comes out. Now this one, I've been into folk horror a lot because I got the folk horror set from Severin, May All the Haunts Be Ours, and I've been making my way through that one. But this one is one that came out probably about a month and a half ago, and it's called The Cursed. And this one's really good. If you haven't seen The Cursed and you like folk horror, you have to like folk horror. If you don't, you're going to be bored. But things have happened in a community. It takes place, it says a village is under attack. I don't know that they give the time frame, but it's definitely a timepiece. And this village has a curse on it, apparently, because of things that the elders in the community have done. And now this community is fighting for their life against a force that they don't understand, they can't really see, and they don't know why it's happening. But it's really cool. It has really cool effects, and I was pleasantly surprised by this one. This was a total blind buy, and I was not disappointed. So like I said, you have to like folk horror to enjoy this one, but if you do, definitely check it out. And then I have an Arrow video. This is the 4K for Flatliners. This is the original Flatliners with Julia Roberts, Kiefer Sutherland, and friends, Kevin Bacon. And it's a group of medical students, and what they want to do is see if they can experience making themselves cross over to death, stay in a state of being brain dead for, so many minutes so they can see what's on the other side, and then they want their fellow students to bring them back, shock them back to life, basically get their heart going again. And weird things happen, and it's a really good movie. I remember seeing this in the theaters when it came out and really enjoying it. It's one I've always liked and gone back to time and time again. I thought the 4K looked okay. This is a very, very dark, the tone is dark and the atmosphere is dark. So it's a really dark movie, so it was kind of tough to judge the 4K. I don't think it looked bad, but I just think it was really, really dark. So if you like Flatliners, it's worth picking it up. It's worth having the 4K, and there's a ton of special features. Again, if you're not into horror, but you like classic horror, there is the Karloff set. It is Night Key, The Climax, and The Black Castle. I believe I either got mine on Orbit or Diabolic DVD. Either one of those would be the best place to look for this. I'll link them down below. And finally, the last one, this just came out yesterday. It's from Vinegar Syndrome. It's a beautiful set. James Brolin, Margot Kidder, and Rod Steiger in the Amityville Horror, the original Amityville Horror. Beautiful slipcover. There's the back. There's the front. And they just do such a great job with their releases. And it is a 4K Ultra HD. They do such a great job with their releases. They just, for October, they just announced Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze, and they also announced Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 on 4K. So both of those are up on their website, Vinegar Syndrome. They have so many great movies, and they're really getting into more mainstream stuff like Amityville Horror and Roadhouse and things like that. Also, check out their partner labels, because their partner labels are fantastic. There's some real gems in there. But that's my haul for today. Like I said, it's a horror haul. I have a million movies all over the place. I've been tearing apart and putting the room back together so we could do a proper room tour, but I have things everywhere. And I have more stuff to show you. We're going to do some top 10 lists, some underrated horror. If you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. Again, I appreciate you guys watching and commenting and liking and sharing the videos. So if you did enjoy this, please give me a thumbs up. Like I said, leave me some comments, recommendations, suggestions. Consider subscribing. And you'll be seeing more of me, good or bad, this month. So, and then next month we go right into the Criterion sale again. So thank you again, and I hope that you have a really nice rest of your evening. I am going to go pick something to watch to scare myself, the dogs, and Kelly. And maybe we'll even do a live stream with Kelly, because that's the only way she'll do a video with me. But thank you again, and have a great rest of your night. That's a wrap.